We punch the pizza dough down, and it's time to sauce it up. Oh boy, is my mouth watering.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Sup Homeslice. Glad to have you here with us. It is episode 22, my friends. Kind of hard for me to believe that we're cruising right along. If you have any comments, just please put them in there. Just like our guy here, Jerry Bagshaw, 10-0 in fantasy football sevens. So he's doing well. Evan's doing well in fantasy football sevens too, man. So two great guys on for fantasy advice. Let us know if you have any questions about tonight's game. Anything going this weekend about there's a couple, people out. Baker Mayfield's out, so some people are having to make some adjustments on the fly, maybe K-Dot as well. So if you have any questions, just let us know, man. And Evan, how are you doing, dude?
I'm good, man. Yeah, we got Kyler Murray and Trey McBride out. We got Chuba Hubbard out. I know those because I have those in quite a few places. But some leagues better than others. Some I can afford a loss. Others, right in that middle of the pack where you kind of need a W. So hoping maybe some sneaky pickups will do the trick. But 8-2 in FF7, so not 10-0 like Jerry, but feeling pretty good, man. 8-2 is not a bad way to look. I think first team to 8 wins over there. So
there we go.
I'll take it, man. All is well. It's week 11. I know we only got one NBA game tonight. But it's Thursday Night Football, man, kicking off week 11. Obviously, we're headed towards the home stretch of the NFL season. Thursday nights have been good the last week or so. Last 2 weeks, we get probably the, second best matchup. Last week was pretty good. I don't know. It'll be tough to top that. But, NFC East battle, you got kind of the king of the East in the Eagles and the rising stars and the Commanders. So something's got to give, man.
Yeah, I've been digging these divisional Thursday night games. I think it's a good thing for the matchup. I think it's a good thing, for just all the divisional purposes. Night game, so people don't have a whole lot of other plans on Thursday night. I don't think so. You get to see two divisional teams. Dan Snyder has been, it's been the Cowboys or the Eagles lately. So Dan Snyder could figure out the Eagles, could figure out ways to slow down that powerful offense. And yeah, man, just a lot to look forward to. I got a question for you, man. How do you feel about Noah Brown? I'll put Noah Brown in my starting lineup tonight. Do you think he's got any chance? Or what do you think?
Yeah, and real quick, shout out to one of our first futures as well. Commanders already hitting the over the win total, over 6.5. Maybe one of the best, one of the easier ones for us, right? So that was a nice look. I think that Jaden Daniels is obviously, he knows that Terry McLaurin's the guy, right? Like he's going to feed Terry McLaurin. But I think, you got an experienced defensive coordinator in Vic Fangio. I would expect the Eagles to try to take Terry McLaurin out of this football game. That's got to be the mindset. Philadelphia is good over the middle against tight ends too. I know Ertz is heavily targeted. So based off those two things, like Noah Brown is kind of that default, give what the defense takes you in a game where I believe the Eagles are going to be able to score points as well. This offense is clicking. Commanders defense, a lot better than we've been used to. They're just a lot better than we've been used to. But this Eagles offense is clicking right now, Iggy. Opponents haven't been that great, but they're putting up points. Hurts is moving the ball. He's not turning the ball over. I think he has one pick in the last 5 games to go with 15 or 16 touchdowns. You'll take that. So I like Noah Brown as a sneaky play. I think hopefully Daniels doesn't try to force too many plays. And I think Noah Brown is the guy, man, that will be what the defense gives you. Take Noah Brown, right? We're not going to let you beat us with McLaurin. Quinyon Mitchell's been really good. I expect him to be good again tonight. You know that as an IDP guy. So I think they need to use Noah Brown. Now, will they? How much exposure will he get? But I think he's definitely a nice sneaky play for tonight, man. And his yardage total is pretty low as well from what I remember looking at.
Yeah, Zach Ertz, there's a lot of candidates over there that have had pop weeks. Zacchaeus can go grab a few balls a night. it is all about Terry McLaurin, though. That's just part of it. That's the person that they're going to be taking a look at. So let's go ahead and pull up DraftKings over here, man. I think I got my sleeper pulled up, but we'll go right over here to DraftKings. Click on the game. 4-point spread, 49-point over/under tonight. Screw the defense, they say. It is going to be all about the offense. -198 for the Philadelphia Eagles, and then +164. It looked like for the Washington, man. Let's just go ahead and go look at some touchdown props. I think I got a bet I like. I'll save it for a little bit later when we talk about Better Takes, one of our good sponsors, man. We'll get into that here in a second. And let's see, touchdown scores loading up. Let's see what we got there. Yeah, man. What pops out to you? Do you think anybody scores 2 touchdowns tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we like that 2 touchdown play, right? We've had a little bit of success with it. AJ Brown has had 2 touchdowns multiple times against these Washington Commanders of old. But yeah, but they're still right, and they're better, but they're still susceptible, man. Early in the year, we had a lot of success with number 1 wide receivers against the Commanders, Iggy, and they played better as the season went along. But I still think the right offenses and the right number 1 receivers can expose this team, and obviously AJ Brown is that guy. So I expect a big night from AJ Brown. I didn't play the numbers, but I expect him to find the end zone. I expect him to hit that yardage prop. Maybe not the receptions. I will say, I think AJ Brown's only hit his receptions 1 time, but he gets the yards. So on that note, a guy that I definitely think is going to get 1. I think if I'm going to play 2 touchdowns, AJ Brown's a good look. The issue is obviously Jalen Hurts, right? He vultures the touchdowns. You also have Saquon. But I expect, AJ Brown to at least get 1. So if you're going to tell me I'm getting 1, I'll take a chance on getting 2 from AJ Brown.
Just build the ladder, do the first touchdown, to score a touchdown and 2 touchdowns, right?
That's first touchdown, anytime touchdown, 2 touchdowns. So, and I won't say that I found this, and I'm not sure where you might be able to find it, but I heard somebody earlier this week, a Jalen Hurts second half touchdown. So not an anytime touchdown, but a second half touchdown. Logic behind it being that later in the game, he's obviously probably willing more to put that body on the line. It should be a tough contest. And it was like +220 or +240 as opposed to his anytime touchdown. So I thought that was an interesting angle, just worth bringing up.
Yeah, something's popping out to me right here on the reception lines. Austin Eckler 2.5, Saquon Barkley 2.5, both at plus money. I wonder what that means their receiving yards are going to be. Saquon's receiving yards 13.5. Austin Eckler 16.5. We had some pay dirt with Mostert, not too long ago. What do you feel about those 2 props?
I think of the 2, man, I think I like Eckler. I mean, he's involved. Robinson is back, right? That's the word, is Robinson's back. I mean, he's heavily involved, but Eckler's not just going to go away. And for me, I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I think they're going to be ahead. That's how I see it playing out. And I think a lot of Saquon on the ground. So I lean Eckler because if Washington's behind, I think Eckler's going to get more of that opportunity. Obviously, Barkley could do that in 1 reception, but I just think it's a short week. Philadelphia's going to look to pound the rock. And the books think that too, man. When I looked at Saquon's yards, like they were already at like 90+ yards, right? I mean, that's a lot of yardage, for a line, and his attempts were 18 or 19.5. So the books expect kind of that same thing, right? And so, I mean, staying away kind of from Saquon because those numbers are high. I think the books have kind of just nailed that market. That's not what we're looking for, right? We're looking for, like Mostert the other night, where the books kind of give us, not easy money, but a nice opportunity based on how the game should play out. And so I like Eckler, man. I think that they're behind. I think if they're behind early in the game, late in the second quarter, you got kind of that 2-minute drill. Eckler's in the game. If the Eagles are up 10 towards the end of the game, Eckler's probably the guy in there getting the passing work. So of the 2, I would go Eckler.
Yeah, I was looking right here, man, and their losses, he's had 4 receptions and 52 yards. He's had 4 receptions and 47 yards. In this most recent one, he only had 1 reception for 7 yards against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but he ran it 13 times. It's the most he's done it in a season. It's kind of interesting. I like the plus money on 3 receptions, and we don't have to worry about the yards. But then I look at his receptions, he's had 1, 3, 2, 2, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. So I don't know if they're just going away from him and using McNichols more, or they're just letting Jaden Daniels throwing it down the field more. But man, there's something tempting in that right there with it. I don't know which one to take. You got the Eagles have a decent defensive line, so they could be pushing up on Daniels there, and we'll see how that could pan out. But thinking about putting maybe half a unit right there on 2.5 receptions plus 125. Just catch it, just be a little dump off maybe in a surprise blitz. And they heard me say something. It went to plus 120 right here on the screen live. You can see it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and place that one. What else do you like tonight that you just, I've asked you about your touchdowns. I've asked you about, these particular running backs, but what else do you like particularly like that? Are you putting a unit on tonight?
And I'll say, too, with that Saquon look, the Commanders have allowed 27 receptions and 190 yards, which is a league best to running backs. So, like I said, I just don't see Saquon really being in the passing game. Eagles not that far away, but they've given up 37 catches for 263 yards. And, again, that game script. So I like it, man. Yeah, I'm looking at the Commanders team total, man. I expect this game to be – I like it to be close to that number. I don't know if it's going over 49, man. But last week you saw the Commanders. They played a tough defense. They did put up some points. One of those touchdowns, though, was pretty much gift wrapped by Pittsburgh trying to get them on that fake punt, which was a great call. I don't know if you saw that, Iggy, but dude was wide open on the sideline and dropped the pass. They audibled to a fake. And it should have worked, but dude dropped it, gave Washington an easy touchdown. I think that, Jaden Daniels kind of struggled a bit in that game. And I think in this one too, man, he's got that upside that can always take over. But I think Philadelphia's got a game plan with Fangio. I think this defense is really coming along. I know the opponents the last 5 weeks haven't been great, and they've done what they're supposed to do, but I think they're building on that. I think this defense kind of found an identity. And I think we're going to see that tonight, man. And they're going to control the clock on offense. So I went under 23.5. It was minus 130 yesterday.
Let's see. I did get it at plus 125 on the phone here. I'm just going to go ahead and put in our bets. This is our dull roll. I guess I can go ahead and hit the promo for us so people know what's going on over here, Evan. That's my fault. There you go. Oh yeah, we've been trying to get it off. We haven't tracked the last couple of weeks as well, but they've been winning. Trust me when I say Evan's winning. But yeah, Evan, why don't you go ahead and explain what the dough roll is, please, sir?
Yeah, man, the dough roll, obviously that is our bankroll. That is, what we're putting out there each week, the units that we're putting on each bet, what it's going to return, and then obviously, plus or minus if that wins or loses each week. So concept, of course, is dough starts low. We want that dough to rise. So we're trying to make that bankroll rise week after week with every pizza that we make, every play that we give out. And we've had a pretty good season, and we've had success as of late on what we've been giving out on this show. So,
yeah, and then the other one was, what were your odds on that again for team total?
Minus negative 130, under 23.5. If you're feeling good about it and you like, a little better odds, closer to even money, I know under 22.5 was negative 108, but I'm going to take that half point, Iggy, in case it's, 26, 23, 27, 23. I mentioned to you before.
Washington, correct?
Washington team total under 23.5. Anytime, it's like fantasy too with this guy. I mean, anytime you have a Jaden Daniels type quarterback, right? That Lamar prototype, right? I'm not saying he's him. You just don't know, Iggy. It's a scary proposition, man, because Jaden Daniels can take over the game, and if he starts running and breaks one and breaks open the defense, maybe gets McLaurin deep, all of a sudden things change. But this is a big game for a young quarterback, man, in the division against the Eagles, against Fangio. I'm going to side with the Eagles there. And I think that with how much the Eagles are going to run the football, I just expect it to be a little in that lower 20 areas, right? And I think if Washington's going to win this game, I don't think they're outscoring them. You know what I mean? If it's back and forth, I'm still banking on the Eagles. And so, I'm thinking a 26, 23, 27, 23 type ball game, man.
All right, man. I love it. I think this all supports what's coming up next, and it is my stuffed crust smash as well as the better promo.
The pizza boy, look at it go, make it dance.
Is it going?
Find
Sorry.
your win tuition and elevate your sports betting with Better Takes. Better Takes examines your betting history to uncover hidden areas that cause bankroll leaks. Uncover patterns and biases so you can break the cycle of mistakes, avoid weaknesses, and play into your strengths. Our advanced stats offer unparalleled granularity, helping you immediately spot problem areas that could be affecting your success. Use the Better Takes Edge score to gauge your expertise for each potential bet, providing clarity and confidence in your decisions. Take control of your betting journey. Download Better Takes from the Apple App Store or Google Play today and start understanding your biases for free. Before placing bets, check with Better Takes, a smarter, more informed approach to sports betting.
Everybody at Better Takes got it loaded for you right here. You can see I got to tilt the phone just right. I'm going to take the Eagles, man. I think if you would have said, hey, even last month, the Eagles are going to be a 4-point spread at home against Washington. How do you feel about it? I think you would be like, yeah, we got to take that. So I'm going to go with that. Washington, like you said, everything you said, I feel the same way. But I'm going with confidence. I'm not worried about Jaden Daniels on a short week on the road against a proven defense in Vic Fangio. I think they got the spread covered. So I went in there. I clicked the sport I did. Then there's the analyze button that comes up on the bottom. You click that. It tells you your percentage on these bets, 49.09%. So that's pretty good. You can see the green arrow indicating that. We're going to click done, and I'm going to go place that bet right now, my friend. No tease. I don't want the hook. Just give me what they're offering me. 4. Last time I checked, let's just take a look. Yeah, still 4. I'm taking the Eagles negative 112, 1 unit on it. We're putting it in the step home slice bet, my friend. What else do you want to talk about tonight? You got any DFS lineups? You got anybody from a fantasy perspective that we need to take a look at? And once again, thank you, Better Takes, man. If you haven't downloaded that, go download it. It's free. Just go check it out. Better Takes, just like it sounds.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Jaden Daniels in a spot. I've got Saquon on a team. Nothing too big. They're not some of my bigger, more important leagues, I guess. I mean, obviously, I want to win them all. I mean, who doesn't? But, when you have 14 or 15 teams or whatever it is, it's kind of, there's some that mean a little more to you. They're all fun, though, man, right? Charity ones are fun. But I also do I will say, man, I like Jaden Daniels to throw an interception tonight, Iggy.
Yeah.
He's only thrown 2 on the season, I believe, but again, it's a short week. I think they're going to need to try to play from behind. This Eagles team has been good. Again, back to just the defense being better. They're forcing turnovers. I do think with being a young quarterback, he's going to try to force the ball in a couple times. And I think at some point, this Eagles team makes him make a mistake, man. And so, I hope he can have a decent game for fantasy purposes, but still back up, everything that we're saying, right? It's that fun balance that we have, right? You have a fantasy player, but a way you think the game's going to go out, you hope you kind of get the best fantasy version with your bets still hitting if you can, right? But I like to throw an interception, man. I think it was at minus 115 the last I saw it. I think it even opened, man. I think people may be on this play, Iggy. I want to say it was like plus even money when it opened up. But I'm just, beat a dead horse, man. Like, I've expected this Vic Fangio defense to get better as the season went on, right? He's new, but he knows what he's doing. This defense has playmakers. And I just think they're clicking at the right time, man. And in short week, young quarterback, good defense, knows how to get the pressure, knows how to force the turnovers. So, why not? Why not a Jaden Daniels interception tonight, my man?
Yeah, dude. I love it, man. I'm looking for it on DK, and I don't see it right here. So, I put flip. I don't know where you found that at, but if you could find that, make sure you go check that out right now. I see passing touchdowns, passing yards. So maybe they are on it. Maybe they kind of closed down that prop for right now for some reason. Here it is. It's popping up now. Yeah, negative 115. So, go hop on that. We got it down on the bankroll right here. I got it in the yellow. So 4 bets right now. Feeling pretty good about those. So we kind of discussed who we think will win it. Who do you think is going to win this division out of these two teams?
Yeah, I mean the books clearly expect the Eagles. The number has shifted drastically to Philadelphia, especially with the fact that I think they're going to win tonight. Right, that makes it a big shift. Yeah, I think if the Eagles handle business tonight, it's going to be the Eagles. But this team also plays again. I know it'll be in Washington, but yeah, I think it's got to be Philadelphia, man. It's just look at this roster, Iggy. I mean, this roster on both sides of the ball. They've been there before. Saquon is looking like the guy that we always thought he could be for a full season, and hopefully he stays healthy, right? But there's a reason that this dude had the hype, right? Look at this, man. And then you got Jalen Hurts. If he's not turning the ball over, Iggy, they're really hard to beat. And so it's hard for me to go against them. I will say, you know, if you like Washington, today's the day to do it, because if they win tonight, the books are going to give them a lot more love. And tonight, because the books expect Philadelphia, there's a lot better money, a lot better odds on Washington tonight. But I can't do it, man. I love plus money. You know that. I'm okay with the sprinkle. I just can't pull myself to do this. As the season goes, just like we talked about Fangio and this defense, guys get figured out. We're seeing a little bit. I know the line sucks, but we're kind of even seeing with CJ Stroud, right? That regression. Not that he won't be great, but we're 11 weeks in tonight, Iggy. There's a little bit more on Dan Daniels. This kid's got it all. But the NFL, and just like every sport, the more tape you get, the tougher this league becomes. And I got to back Philadelphia, man. And I'm not placing anything on Philly because it's like minus 275. So I'm not.
Yeah, to win the division. Yeah, real quick, we got Winston or Tua. That's pretty easy Tua for me. I think Winston's coming back to New Orleans against a banged-up Cleveland team. With a banged-up Cleveland team, and I just don't think I think he's going to get picked off. I wrote Tyrann Mathieu is going to have a great week this week. I think he backs his performance up last week with another interception this week. Maybe making a bid for him to get to the Pro Bowl again or something like that. So I'm going to take Tua real quick on that. And then I will say, I know you like plus money. Something is off right here. There is one basketball game, so I just want to give a quick look at that before we sign off. Dallas Mavericks at Utah Jazz, harder place to play than people realize. John Collins is at 9.5. These are rebound props. Luka Doncic is 8.5. Derek Lively's at 8.5. Lauri Markkanen's at 7.5. Daniel Gafford's at 7.5. And then I guess you have Najee Marshall and Kyrie Irving at 4.5. But I don't know that all those guys can take that over. I mean, there's a 9.5, 8.5, 8.5, 7.5, and 7.5. Luka is at plus money. All the rest of those are, somewhere in the negatives to go under their prop. Who do you like best out of those four? Once again, John Collins 9.5, Luka 8.5, Lively 8.5, and then Lauri Markkanen and Daniel Gafford 7.5.
Luka's tough because Dallas could blow them out the gym, right? But he doesn't need a lot of time to get that either. Man, that's tough. I mean, I'm a Lively guy, Iggy. You already know I love my boy Derek Lively. So if you're giving me the option there, I do like John Collins, man. I wonder what a double for John Collins, if you like that over 9.5, is probably. We love spinning that over 9.5 rebounds to a double look, Iggy. You know that. Right. So depending on the odds there, you can never go
negative
wrong with
110. Not much better. Negative 110.
Not much better, yeah. So there's a good chance. I mean, they like him to hit that play, right? So, but Collins needs to be out there for this team, right? I mean, you got Lively and Gafford on the other side. So I mean, I think I'll just go Lively, man. I trust in Lively. He was good to us. I'm gonna take Derek Lively there. What's Kyrie's assists at?
Kyrie's assists. Let's see. Kyrie Irving 5.5 plus 115 on the over, negative 148 on the under.
Yeah, I think I might chase the plus money on that one. Utah's given up a lot of assists overall, a lot of assists to the point guard position. Whether Dallas blows them out or not, to get to that point, they're going to have to put up some points. So I wouldn't be opposed to a sprinkle on Kyrie, man, as a lean in that game at plus money.
92% of the money over there is on Dallas. That's pretty insane. And I do think I just want to JC, in the newsletter, he usually has kicker props, and he told us that he was on, let me look at it real quick.
Over 3.5 total field goals, I believe.
Over 3.5 was it? Let's see. Oh man, I don't know. I don't have it pulled up right now on me. But yeah, I don't know. Again, that's just tonight's game, right? Let's see.
Yeah, tonight's game, JC liked over 3.5 total field goals made between the two kickers.
Okay.
And
All
if
right.
you've been watching and following along with our show and you've been checking out the newsletter, if you haven't, definitely check it out. I mean, JC puts out the waiver wire every Tuesday, puts out the newsletter Wednesday or into Thursday, and he's got some phenomenal kicker bets and things. It's just jam-packed, loaded with good stuff, man. JC does a phenomenal job on there. So massive shout out to our partner, JC. And if you haven't checked it out, go to thesportsaffiliation.com. Check out the newsletter. Check out the waiver wire. There still might be some names on that wire that are sitting out there, that got dropped or didn't get picked up. And like we said, players are on a bye. You need to pick somebody up. There's a lot of info there, man.
Yeah, I think you pretty much closed out what I wanted to say with the show. Nothing. This game, I don't think it can go either way. I think Eagles got it pretty good. But, spreads are always spreads for a reason. So we'll see if they cover it. We have faith in them covering it or at least getting to 4. You get the 4, you get the push, you get your money back. Not the worst scenario in the world. But yeah, go check out thesportsaffiliation.com. While you're here, if you're checking out the show on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe. We're just a few away from 500, so really trying to make that push to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the season. If you can help us out with that. And then, of course, JR has his basketball shows on Sunday. If you didn't catch it, we had Marcus Grant yesterday with Carla on the Game Changers. Excellent show. Make sure you go check that out on our YouTube as well. And then coming up today, we got Greg and Tip questions and answers, I believe, at 3 o'clock Mountain Time, so 5 o'clock Eastern. And then we have Thursday check down at 7 o'clock Eastern. And then we have the watch along with JC and I in the first half. Evan usually in there popping in with some comments. So come out, hang out if you're just watching the game by yourself or even with a group of people. Just come in, hop in, say hello. We'll see who's doing well. NFC East battles are always fun, So I always enjoy watching the NFC East games. But thank you, Jerry, for being here, man. As always, good luck this week as you go for the record 11-0. What's crazy is ADZ. He's in there with you. He set that record way back in fantasy football 7s too. And if you're playing fantasy football, don't get lackadaisical. Start planning ahead. Start getting your people ahead for week 14, week 15, week 16, because you want to plan on being in those playoffs. All right, that is the goal. Don't prepare like you're going to be there. All right, that's the whole goal of everything. Evan, any parting words or?
I will say I back up the Tua call on Winston. I know we let you down last week, Jerry Baker or Bo Nix, but still, the way the game's played out, hey, Bo Nix, he had 2 touchdowns, not a lot of numbers outside of that. They only scored 2 touchdowns, so a lot of luck involved in fantasy, a lot of luck involved sometimes in the betting world as well, right? That's just a part of the game. I like Tua, though. New Orleans can't stop the run. I think Cleveland tries to run the football a lot as well. And yeah, man, like I said for tonight, I think the books were on in a lot of spots in this game. But I think we found some nice little angles there. And again, I mean, if you like something, you got a good reason to play it. You see it playing out that way. Just be smart, be responsible, bet only what you can afford to lose, man. You know what I mean? Have some fun with it, but bet smart. Don't blow all that bankroll in 1 week. And we should enjoy a great Thursday Night Football, man. We'll be back next week, and we got tons of stuff in between with the sports affiliation. So check it out.
Yeah, there's our bets again. Just to sign off, we do appreciate you. Come back and hang out with us next week. Until then, take care.